Think you know K-pop? The synchronized dances, the perfect vocals, the global domination? It all rests on a foundation, and that foundation has cracks. Long before BTS and Blackpink, there was one group that wasn't just popular. They were the blueprint. TVXQ. 5 voices that moved as one, a legacy so powerful it defined an entire generation. But their story isn't just about record-breaking sales and sold-out Tokyo domes. It's about a scandal so massive it nearly destroyed them and forever altered the K-pop industry itself. This is the story of a kingdom built by 5, fractured by 3, and held together by 2 against impossible odds. This is the lawsuit that changed everything. Our story really begins at the peak. It's to the 9, and TVXQ aren't just stars, they're untouchable gods. Merotic isn't just a song, it's a national anthem. In Japan, they've done the unthinkable, breaking into a market that shunned foreign artists, topping the Oricon chart. They are, by every metric, the most successful K-pop group in history. The schedule is brutal, a non-stop cycle of Korean promotions, Japanese tours, fan meetings, and recordings. From the outside, it's a golden age. But behind the scenes, whispers of exhaustion were turning into shouts of desperation. The machine was running them into the ground. And then on July 31st, 2009, the facade shattered. News broke that 3 members, Kim Jung, Park Yoo-chun, and Kim Junsu, had filed a lawsuit against their mighty agency, SM Entertainment. For fans Cassiopeia, the world stopped spinning. The industry held its breath. This wasn't a minor contract dispute. This was a direct challenge to the very system that built modern K-pop. The details that leaked out were shocking. The core of the lawsuit was an exclusive contract spanning 13 years. Think about that, 13 years. A teenager signing that contract would be well into their 30s before it ended. The financial terms were even more damning. Reports suggested the group, despite generating astronomical revenue, saw a minuscule fraction of the profits. Rumors swirled of unfair splits, where the members earned little even from album sales in the millions. But it wasn't just about money. It was about control and basic humanity. The lawsuit alleged schedules so punishing they bordered on abusive, with the members given little to no say in their careers, their health, or their futures. They were, in the eyes of the law they were challenging, more like property than partners. Netizens exploded. Forums were flooded with debates. Were they ungrateful traitors biting the hand that fed them, as some SM loyalists claimed? Or were they brave pioneers finally standing up to an exploitative giant? The public split mirrored the group's fracture. SM Entertainment reacted with a classic playbook: shock, denial, and a narrative of betrayal. They framed the trio as selfish, influenced by outside forces, and turning their backs on the company that created them and the 2 members, Yoonho and Choi Kang-changmin, who chose to stay. The media frenzy was intense. Every headline dissected the slave contract, a term that now became permanently attached to the K-pop lexicon. Fans were forced to pick sides. Cassiopeia, once a unified force, splintered into warring factions. OT5 stans who believed the trio were heroes clashed with those who saw Yoonho and Changmin as the true loyalists keeping TVXQ alive. The online vitriol was toxic and heartbreaking. This was more than fandom drama. It was a civil war in what was once K-pop's most powerful kingdom. The legal battle was a slow, agonizing public spectacle. In October 2009, the court delivered a seismic ruling, a preliminary injunction suspending the exclusive contracts of Jaejung, Yoo-chun, and Junsu. It was a historic, partial victory for the trio, validating their claims of unfairness. But the cost was the group itself. A messy, protracted negotiation began. Would they return? Could they? By early 2010, the answer was clear. The 5 would not perform together again. The trio formed JYJ and embarked on a new, but heavily obstructed path. Meanwhile, Yoonho and Changmin were left in a surreal limbo. Imagine building something world-changing with your brothers, only to be left standing alone on its crumbling stage. The industry watched, wondering if this was the definitive end of TVXQ. Most groups would have dissolved. The name would have been retired with dignity. But SM and the remaining 2 members made a staggering announcement. TVXQ would continue as a duo. The backlash was immediate and fierce. How could a vocal harmony group built for 5 distinct voices function with 2? How could choreography designed for a powerful quintet be carried by a duo without looking empty? The skepticism wasn't just from fans of the departed members. It was industry-wide. Many saw it as a cynical cash grab by SM, propping up a brand name with half its soul missing. When they dropped their comeback single, Keep Your Head Down, in January 2011, the symbolism was brutally clear. The lyrics, the aggressive tone, the stark, empty-set music video, it all felt like a declaration of war, not just a comeback. Fans and netizens dissected every frame, every line. Was that lyric a dig at JYJ? Was that empty space in the choreography a deliberate memorial or a cold erasure? The narrative was no longer about music, it was about legacy, ownership, and a very public yet very painful divorce being played out on stage. stage. And just when you thought the TVXQ saga couldn't get more dramatic, new controversies would pull the original members back into the spotlight, further complicating the legacy. Park Yoo-chun in particular became a magnet for scandal post-JYJ. In 2016, he was embroiled in a shocking series of sexual assault allegations. Multiple women came forward, leading to a grueling legal process. While he was eventually cleared of rape charges, he was convicted of bribing one of the accusers. The court of public opinion, however, had already tried him. The image of the sweet, talented idol was forever shattered. In 2019, his fall from grace was cemented when he was arrested for buying and using methamphetamine. He received a suspended sentence, but was effectively blacklisted from the industry. For fans who had defended the trio's original fight for justice, Yoo-chun's actions felt like a profound betrayal, tarnishing the noble narrative of their stand against SM. It added a bitter, tragic coda to the original split. Meanwhile, the duo of Yoonho and Changmin faced their own inevitable crisis: military enlistment. For a two-member group, this wasn't a hiatus, it was a potential extinction event. When Yoonho enlisted in 2015, followed by Changmin months later, the question hung in the air: would anyone care when they returned? The K-pop landscape was shifting rapidly. Newer, younger groups were capturing the spotlight. Yet, when they were discharged and made their comeback in 2018 with The Chance of Love, the response was deafening. They didn't just return, they reconquered. Their Japanese tours sold out domes in minutes. It was a powerful testament to a fandom that had weathered 2 decades of storms. But it also highlighted the strange duality of their legacy. They were now respected elders, the kings who had survived everything. Yet the shadow of the five, the what could have been, never fully disappeared. Online, debates still rage. Was their continued success a triumph of resilience or proof that the SM system could survive even the loss of its core talents? So, what is the real impact of the TVXQ scandal? It's etched into the DNA of K-pop today. Their 2009 lawsuit was the first major crack in the fortress wall of agency power. It brought the phrase slave contract into the global conversation and forced a public reckoning. In the years that followed, agencies, including SM, were pressured to shorten standard contract lengths from 13 years to the now common 7 years. While far from perfect, the balance of power subtly shifted. Newer idols debuted with slightly better terms because JYJ had the brutal, career-risking courage to sue. Their split also demonstrated the insane durability of a truly powerful brand. TVXQ proved that a group's identity could, under immense pressure, be transferred and sustained, creating a corporate blueprint that agencies have studied ever since. 2 decades on, the throne still exists. Yoonho and Changmin stand upon it, undeniable in their skill and stamina, but it's a throne that will always bear the marks of a fracture. Every anniversary celebration is tinged with the memory of what was lost. Every sold-out dome tour exists alongside the parallel universe where 5 voices still harmonize. Their story is the original K-pop epic, a tale of phenomenal success, devastating betrayal, personal scandal, and unbelievable endurance. It asks uncomfortable questions about fame, loyalty, and the price of building an empire. They dared to be bold, and it cost them everything, and yet they somehow kept it all. The kings never left, but the crown was forever changed.